Okay, so today is Tuesday. Last video I made was on Thursday, and shaved since then my face. Don't have to shave my head up there. Ha ha. Just kidding. Um, so I worked out last on video on Thursday. Lifted weights. Played ball that night. Then I played on Friday, um, and I was gonna rest Saturday and Sunday, which I did, so that Monday I could test, see how high I could jump, which I did, and I was not jumping as high as I was 2 weeks before. Um, but the good news is that when I jumped, my knee wasn't really hurting. I'll have knee pains here and there when I lift, as I'm descending and going slow and going through the movement, like was just happening on the warm up set that I just did. But as far as playing ball, my legs are starting to feel like they did when I was in college. Like, as far as feeling light and feeling like I was running fast. I fell down a couple of times. And since I turned 40, there have been a couple of times where I fell where I thought, man, I didn't used to fall like this. It's like I just lost my balance or something. But these are the type of falls that I used to have when I was younger, where I was going for the ball really fast, really hard. And so it's like I can tell something is happening in my legs that's a little different than what had been happening. When I was lifting a little heavier for me, I wasn't moving as fast as I'm moving now. And even during the game, when I shoot my little fadeaway, little turnaround shot, patented shot that some people say, I feel like I was jumping high on that. So whatever this slow stuff is doing, and I know there are some guys who are on YouTube, they would say the slow strength. Yeah, of course, that you're feeling less pain in your knees because that's what that does. You're still gonna have to go heavy to jump higher, or whatever. Maybe they would say that. Maybe they wouldn't. But nevertheless, I'm gonna keep doing this slow stuff. Come summertime, I'll do some dunking outside and things like that to work on my power. So, but yeah, I'm just really liking how this is feeling. Other than that, I just a lot of things going on in the world, in my world on the inside, and on in the world on the outside of me, and but that's also on the inside of me. It's in my mind. It's things that concerned about. And on one part of my life, I have my job, two jobs actually, and they're both going really well. And then I think about things that are going on in the world, threats from other nations, Canada threatening to turn out the power for certain citizens in the United States if Trump does this or does that, and they're blaming him for that. And I was listening to how there are about three world leaders, including Trump, Vladimir Putin, and a leader in Hungary, who they're all nationalists, and they're coming under the most antagonism from um, powers that be, other powers that be, because they're nationalists, they say, and not globalists. Think about that stuff. Thinking about how in Syria over the weekend, and one guy I listened to said that it hardly got any press over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, but there were evidently um, Islamic forces, Islamic State. I don't know exactly what group, but they took on their videos that they made, they took credit for killing thousands of people over the weekend. I guess a lot of them Christians, and they went into their homes and killed them, and I guess brutally murdered these people. And so that was just hard. I thought about that all last night. I just was in tears just thinking about that as I went to sleep. So I think about those things, and how we have so much here in this country, and I think about that. And then I think about just my own personal issues, and how my own issues seem so much bigger than things in the world. I could read about something happening to other people, then, but the things that I'm personally concerned about are the things I'm most upset about. I think about the things that cross my mind daily. I made a video some months ago about the fear of having bad breath, and I remember when I was younger. This is like when my wife and I first got married. I just got through playing ball, and we were in the car, and she was like, did you happen to fart by any chance?" And so, come to find out, I was like, "No, I didn't fart." And so, She's like, yeah, I smell something that smells like a fart. She tried to deliver it real softly, but it just made me upset. So it was like, um, the only explanation was that it was my breath after the game. And over the years, I've had people hint at that my breath isn't the best. I hadn't gone to the dentist in years until just like a couple years ago. And when I went, I found out I only had one cavity, which was amazing after like many years. I'm talking like, man, it was probably like 18 years or something like that. And I even talked to the dentist about, what do you do if you have bad breath and this and that? So she was telling me there's different types and this is what you do for this or that. But it's always something I've been self-conscious about. And then recently, I found out I had an infection in a wisdom tooth that I never got pulled. And when I went to the dentist, they said, well, they're not going to pull it because I would need to get surgery because of where it's sitting at. And then anytime I go to the dentist nowadays, especially, they didn't used to do this, but now they take your blood pressure. Well, it's a long story. When I was younger, and I'll probably tell this another day, I had issues with high blood pressure and specifically hypercoat hypertension, or white coat hypertension, that is. And that's when anytime you go to the doctor, your blood pressure is higher than it normally would be. And so when I go to the dentist, it's high. So they're like, oh, no, we're not going to work on that tooth until you get your blood pressure under control. And so now I'm having this fear and this. And then also to top it off, my wife, ever since COVID, she lost her smell. So she's always the one that would tell me, like, if we go to church or something, like, yeah, I can smell your breath, so make sure you chew some gum or this or that. And but now she's not there to tell me. So now I'm just like always self-conscious, always chewing mints, chewing gum, brushing my teeth, mouthwash, you name it. But anyway, so those things are on my mind, and it's like sometimes I feel like that, even just those, all through my adulthood, I've had different. It seems like I go through phases. I'll have one issue, I'm worried about this, and then that'll end, and it'll switch to another issue. I'm worried about that, and that'll end, and it'll switch to another issue, and I'm worried about that, and that's just the way, life is going for me. But I know that the things that we struggle with, they don't compare. The Bible says the light struggles we have don't compare to what God has in store for us. But it's just in this life, though, it's just difficult for us. So anyway, after 7-minute introduction, 7.5 minutes, I'm gonna hit this next warm up set. I'm probably cooled down completely, but whatever. I wanted to say that. So 95 pounds. But yeah, my legs have been feeling so good. Say that, my knees cracking. A little easier than normal. What a combination. Hypertension and bad breath. That's just, anyway. I've had a couple of comments that I appreciate. One guy was telling me to help my grip strength, not to wear the gloves so much, or that not wearing them would help, rather. I just like wearing them. And also, I was saying to him in the comment that I definitely wear them when I'm changing, putting the 45 plates on, because these metal flecks stick into my fingers, and I don't like that. But half of it, I just like wearing them. But I may not do it. Who knows? We'll see on some sets. And then the other guy was commenting on the quality of the video. The lighting I know here is terrible. The sound quality. That's why I try to talk a little louder sometimes, but sometimes I just forget. But who knows? Yeah, one day it'll be better. And I was even thinking about getting a microphone. I have one headset upstairs, but it didn't really work. So, but I might get a microphone at some point. We'll see. It just depends on what happens. It's not the top priority for me, but we'll see. So yeah, for this set, I'm gonna do it without the glove. All right, 115. This feels good too. Barehanded. Nice. Yeah, so I shot around a little bit today too, which was a lot of fun. And we went for a walk. I found out that so a couple of weeks ago I was able to touch the ceiling in the locker room where I play ball. So I jumped up and touched the ceiling, and found out that that ceiling is it's 10 feet. So that was encouraging. Getting back to that, just touching the rim. First time I ever touched the rim, it was I think I was what 15, and which was great. I mean, I'm 5'7", just for context. So it was when I did it the first time, it was a good feeling. It was good rather, and knowing that that ceiling is 10 feet means hey, basically I got 8 inches. My hand is 8 inches long, so maybe I usually think an inch below my wrist is good to dunk. But when I could dunk, I could never lob the ball and dunk. I only was able to dunk off the dribble, which is actually I think it's more impressive to a lot of people, and I think you have to jump higher to do it. And so, yeah, today my stamina feels a little better. Like one of those times the videos I have, I don't know if it was the last one. Man, I felt so tired after every set. But I haven't gone that heavy yet, so maybe this will be the tired set. I don't know. I think some of it is I wasn't going as slow. Got 155 on. 155. think my weight is like 184 pounds or something. The other day when I got on the scale, it was like 184. I do want to lose weight. I really do. I played ball yesterday and I didn't eat that much, so I could be near 182 today. Who knows? I only weigh myself up like 3 times a week. Um, but my body just feels better since I didn't do any bench pressing this week. Last week when I did that bench pressing, I felt dizzy. I felt off. This week is like night and day. While I like doing chest training and that kind of thing, it's just because of the way my body is right now, my posture, or whatever it is, it's just not a good exercise for me. It's probably not for a lot of people, especially depending on how you do it and the way your body's functioning. So, all right, I got 170 on there, which is the same weight I had the last couple times. And I think I'm going to try to stick with it through March and just do what the guy was saying, go up 5 pounds. He didn't say this specifically. He said something like staying at a weight for a few months and then moving up. I think I'll stay with the same weight for a month and then go up 5 pounds. Just go up 5 pounds a month, and just keep on doing that until I can't anymore. So anyway, 170. I wanted to do one more real bad because my legs were fine. It was just my cardio. So let me wait a second, then I'll get it. Okay. All right, one set at 135, and then final set of body weight. I wasn't meaning to do that many in the last set. I was just going to do one more, but then my legs didn't feel quite as challenged. But my knees did. They felt very challenged. And really right now it's about my knees. It's about getting those feeling good consistently and continuously, to be honest. While getting a little stronger. Or getting stronger little by little, I should say. weight set coming up, and that's it. All right, last set, body weight. My favorite set. My knees starting to hurt. Overall, good set though. That's it for this video. 22, almost 23 minutes. Don't be afraid. And even if you are afraid, if you know you're supposed to do it, do it. If God is for you, who can be against you? Everything is in His hands. Time is in His hands. He can make time go forward, make it go back. All right, that's it.